Hi, YouTube. I thought I'd stop by today and talk a little bit more about Gnosticism. I'd gotten, and I have, this has been a kind of a reoccurring theme really in some of my videos, that I get a little bit of grief, just a little bit, about cosmology and astrology. And I think there's an assumption out there that maybe I like astrology or something like that. But I wanted to clarify this and let everybody know that if it was up to me, I would never be in astrology. I hate astrology. I don't want to deal with cosmology. Now, you talk about stars and stuff like that. I'm one of these people that will actually go outside and try to locate Venus, and take pictures of it. I mean, yeah, I'll actually try and locate planets and constellations, stuff like that. Not for astrological purposes, but mainly because I like this universe. It's a great universe. But astrology, that stuff is just flat out foreign to me. And when I got into Revelation and hit Revelation 6, I was like, oh no. I don't want to talk about this. But it's there. What am I supposed to do about it? Supposed to ignore it because I don't like astrology? That's not the way it works. And I would, somebody had given me a little bit of grief about Revelation 6, and he's not the first person, and I'd kind of blown that off several times. But I would challenge anyone to go through that allegory with what I had and try and figure out what that was, because all I had going in there was a king's list. That's it. I didn't sit here and look up hundreds of years of eclipses to find out what the author was talking about. The author gave me the king's list and then gave me all the other stuff, and I had to figure out what all the other stuff was. And then in Revelation 6, when you get into the details of it, it's so blasted precise. The allegories are not typically that precise, but Revelation 6 is. It is very precise. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with Revelation 6. I would challenge anyone to find out, to do what I did, just to go in and with a king's list and try and figure out what that allegory is. Because it matches the 59 eclipse almost exactly. So, I don't know what to tell you on that. Again, I don't like astrology. If it was up to me, I'd avoid it. But on Gnosticism, so much of Gnosticism is based in cosmology. So much of it. When you see in 2 Corinthians where Paul talks about the third heaven, he doesn't have Enoch's cosmology. Not sure what cosmology he's working with, but it's probably something like Aristotelian or some other version of Greek cosmology where you have the celestial spheres. But that was his version. And when you get into other Gnostic theologies, they probably have Enoch's cosmology, which is much more simple. It's just one dome where all the planets and the sun and moon and stars and all that stuff travel in this one dome. And with Gnosticism, they're trying to, again, determine the nature of heaven. So they look to the stars, because the stars, that's where the heavens are. The heaven is whatever is beyond that barrier, that dome, that final dome, that final celestial sphere, whatever it is. So they look to the stars, and they look and say, and they've watched the stars, and they watch what's going on in the sky, because God is sending them messages. And again, like I said, if I could avoid astrology, I would absolutely avoid it. It is an absolute weakness of mine. I'm an astronomy fan, but astrology is beyond me. It's beyond me. Unfortunately, I have no choice but to get into astrology. And when we go back to the first century, these people are so blasted, wrapped up into it, that if I wiped out astrology, I'd be wiping out 2/3 of their religion. 2/3 of their religion. Their religion is so blasted based in astrology, there's nothing I can do about it. Christian theology is based in astrology, and you can see it through all the church fathers. And once again, go and read Theophilus of Antioch, his star mystery, and I think it's book 2, chapter 15. I can't remember. But you know, what am I supposed to do about it? These people looked to the stars to determine the nature of heaven. I can't erase that. It's not my fault that they looked at the stars. And again, I would challenge anyone to look at Revelation 6 and try and figure out what that allegory is, because I already broke down the whole blasted book. You know, I mean, there's certain allegories that are a little bit vague, but Revelation 6 nails it. And there are quite a few allegories in Revelation that nail it. But Revelation 6 is so blasted precise that it would be virtually impossible that he could talk about anything else other than the eclipse of 59 CE. So, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there. Astrology is not my strong point. Cosmology, I am beginning to get interested in the ancient ideas of cosmology, because they're so blasted important to the religions. They just are. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you on that. Astrology and cosmology are incredibly important to these people. So I get to address it. As much as I hate to do it, I get to address it. And there's not a thing I can do about it. Anyhow, I'll talk at you later. Thanks, folks. Bye.